Hi everyone, welcome. I'd like to share this concept that I've been working on with a lot of people and perhaps philosophies of the past that are quite familiar with this idea called utilitarianism, which is our understanding of this thing called utility. And a grasp on this idea of utility would strengthen our relationships in almost, I would imagine, every single fulcrum aspects, facets of our lives. And you can almost effectively implement it into your life and use it right away, whether or not it's with your girlfriend, your children, your parents, other couples anywhere else, the relationship between you and a rock, your relationships at work. And understanding this concept and practicing it daily, which is a very simple practice, you could improve your life in almost every single direction, almost every single place you can think of. Okay? Now, this idea stems from this idea called utility. Okay? When we talk of utility, most of us are aware of the teachings they've taught us in school. Utility is some of the things that are essentials in your life, electricity, food, or whatnot. But this utility I'm talking about is the traits that make yourself desirable to other people, okay, which are your positive energies. And the traits that make yourself less desirable are most of the things that I would term, um, you know, not utility, basically. But the whole idea, again, is that you have to be aware of your own personal utility, okay? Now, let's just exemplify this. A relationship I have with myself and perhaps, let's use anything, a rock, is defined by the usefulness that this rock has to me. And, barring any precious, indication or any other value that this piece of rock has, it's not a precious metal or anything like that. If I have no use for it, there'd certainly be no utility. And to me, this rock would be useless. Okay, but now if I could use this rock to perhaps break through a window or break other things or perhaps melt it down to something I like, utility is high in that aspect. Okay, it's the same thing as with us and human beings. Okay, the same thing in our relationships with our kids, our parents, our significant others, at work, our friends. Okay, when we define our own utility, we'll start to understand what people are using us for. Okay, now when you hear things or comments like, so and so are using me for this and so is using him for that, what you're merely saying is that someone is exploiting utility, which is fine. That's absolutely fine, just as long as they're not abusing utility. Like, you're not abusing someone else for, a certain said value. Okay? Now, if someone, let's just say, if I project myself as someone with a lot of money, I would expect a lot of people to be using me for money. Okay? Because that's what I've built in myself. I've built the utility of having extra money to supply to other people. Okay? Now, if I'm aware of this, and I'm aware of what people are using me for and why people are attracted to me, now I could begin to build utility in other aspects of my life. Things that are a lot more perpetual, things that are more universal, that withstand the test of time, things that are timeless, basically. Okay, like love energy, like things that are universally applicable, like knowledge that applies to all things, pattern recognition, respect, integrity, things like that, truth. Those are the kind of energy and utility that you could continually work on to increase the positive energies in your life, thus increasing the utility, thus increasing the strength of potential attractions that you bring into your life. Okay? Now, a relationship between you and your girlfriend or you and your mom, now if you can't define those utilities, and all aspects of utility are virtually the same. Sometimes we tend to get superficial and we believe some of the things we see on TV, and we put too much significance in certain utilities like money, looks, certain talents that are very much temporary. These are what we call superficial utility. Okay, now if you place a lot of those significance in building those utility, rest assured that your relationship is probably going to be as temporary as the temporary, value in those utilities. Okay? Now that goes for all of us. Build the proper utility, build the utilities that are perpetual, and you begin to build a more life, you begin to build more perpetual energies in your life. Okay, and that's really what I want to kind of contribute to expand and also strengthen every relationship we have, ourselves, ourselves with perhaps nature, other things in nature, ourselves with other people, ourselves with whatever it is we are exposed to. Because in all things, any two items share this thing called a relationship. Okay? There's no relationship in one. A relationship is in multiplicities. And so the defining things in life and our soul, the purpose, if not anything, is to understand relationship. Okay? And that's why the whole idea and concept of utilitarianism should be at the very forefront of our learning, all our learning societies. Okay, and I hope you spread this concept, and please ask as many questions as you want, because that would only strengthen my understanding of utility. And I appreciate you guys all for listening, and please everyone rate it your 5 so that we can get this out there, and also just spreading this good karma. And I genuinely am thankful for all the genuine feedbacks. Thank you. Appreciate it again for listening, and look forward to this other concept I have called circular learning that I've been practicing unknowingly for the past, I want to say 15 to 20 years almost. And I'll share all that information with you in this next segment called circular learning. And I hope you appreciate that I could bring this off the top of my head and share it with you from a genuine and sincere perspective. Thank you.